G'day. Here we go. Let's get into it, shall we? Right. We're over here in our vineyard area, pruning the grapes. So plan was I was going to get in on here on Monday and have a bit of a crack at trying to get some of these done, but couldn't get into the server for some reason. Then I tried to get in yesterday. I couldn't get in yesterday. So I messaged me mate today before I went to work. And he jumped on server, had a look, and he couldn't get on himself. So he fixed her up and we're able to get back on again. But the time kept going and we didn't get a chance to get in here and harvest the rest of the grapes. So they all withered before we had a chance to get much out of the vineyards area. Oh, so yeah, there's a disappointment, but oh well, we'll make do with what we've already got here in the ground. We'll just do the pruning side of it and get them ready for the next season. Hopefully they will do better then. So then after I get all these done, which is a vast amount of grapes to do here, so I'm going to be doing this for a long time. But if we look in scale, not easy to get that tool in the right position. There we go. Yeah, there's a bit of a tight hitbox area for you to get into. Anyway, so I've got a worker down here ploughing for me. Why? In the meantime, I'm up here pruning. So you can see I've already got that far done there. We've got all this area up here that need pruning to go ahead still. So I'm not sure what sort of crops in there though. Let's have a look. Okay, so this oh right. We have some cotton growing and we got some wheat in field 25. So it's gonna be fun. We'll have to lease out a harvester to get that done when that time comes around, because we don't have the tools to do that. But looking at our bank balance at the moment, well, hopefully with what we've got out of the ground so far, we'll have enough to do that. All our stuff, we got peas and spinach that we put through to the cannery factory. We attempted to do parsnips because that was already in the field that we purchased, but we only got so far on with that and we just gave up on it. Using in-game tools, it was a bit of a nightmare trying to work with the AI worker, and we just said nah, not doing it. So we've only got like a very tiny amount of mods on this server. If I look at the store, click on this button, we've only got the Macdon really. according to mod side of things, but we have the lumberjack, which helps us out with picking up heavy items that kind of get stuck on stuff, and helps us out with moving a lot of pallets around, because with the production side of things, we get heaps of pallets, and we haven't got time when we're trying to manage all these grapes and stuff like that to go and get a forklift or a front end loader tool to individually move pallets around with a tool or tractor or whatever. So the strength helps us to move them pallets around so we can get back to doing what we need to do. There's a lot of grapes. There's way more than I was expecting to be doing, but I'll try and do my best to maintain it. Get it in the right position. We might be right. No, way out there. Right. Now I can see where it's at. Oh, good. Go, go, go. Not sure if I have to come down with a mulcher or anything like that to do near the fields. So who knows? I don't know when you're supposed to, what you're supposed to do, or when you're supposed to do anything. All I'm just winging it from what I've seen other people that do grapes before, going off what I've seen others do. Well, that's a bit of a prick of a spot to try and get into. Yeah, so really, when it comes to grapes, on FS25, this is the first time I've done anything with grapes. On FS22, I did it once. I did a really puny little plot of land that I turned into a grape vineyard. So as far as I know from what I've done myself, somewhere along the lines you mulch up ground underneath the vines, or whatever you like to call it, the where the leaves are and all that, where you get the grapes from. I don't know. All I know is I mulched something up and it activated something or other. But by me doing this mulching here as it is, I'm seeing it's in the first growth stage now. So it's doing something at least. I don't know what mulching's supposed to do underneath it, but we'll give it a go. If I can be bothered anyway. Finish me coffee. Oh, one thing I like about doing this, you can go as fast as you want, as well. To the speed is how fast these things go. Apart from the little hitbox issues, when you get stuck, get pulled in, goes all right. When it knocks you off to the side or whatever, once you're in the correct position, she goes flat out, doesn't miss a beat. Well, if you mean flat out at 11 k's an hour, flat out as I can get. I apologise for the yawning. Worked my socks off today and managed to get myself onto the next day's work. No, that's not in the right position, I can tell. That there should be right, surely. You gotta be close, but not too close. Can't be too far away. I notice if I get too far away, I get stuck. Get too stuck. I mean, if I get too close, I get stuck on the vines. So here's a fine line between being too close, not close enough. Yeah, so in saying that, I've got on to the next day's work. You do as much as that you can do, so then when I turn up to work tomorrow, I can finish off tomorrow's work, and then I'll move on to the next day's work, and which means the company prefer it if we work a little bit harder. I'm not working much harder than what I normally do. It's just meant that on my side is that the frames that I'm building ended up being really easy to build. So that meant that I was able to get in front. And then, even though normally these frames that I was building, they call them thermal breaks. They're firmly broken, and they're a lot dearer to make and build, put together, and all of that sort of stuff. And they're a lot tougher to put together. There's a lot more work involved in putting them all together, and all the rest of that. So there's more time spent on one frame compared to the whole job. So normally it takes you nearly half a day to a full day to do a firmly broken job. Normally I'll get, say, probably 4 or 5 frames, or probably 10 frames that are firmly broken, which would take you up to half the day to a full day to do them. And I had 18 that I had to do, and I was actually able to have them done, well, just after my first break, which was only probably 3-4 hours into the shift. So I think that was a pretty good effort. But it just meant that I was able to move on to other jobs and start getting them done. Got the man himself jumped onto the server. Think he's going to come and help me out. That'll be good. Nice and handy. The more hands on the job, the better. That doesn't feel right. Out there. Reckon? Oh, so the AI worker is halfway through the ploughing contract. I think they might have got stuck. No. Still going. That's alright then. So that'll be about $14,000 in our back pocket. Didn't lease out any equipment, just using what we've got. The old worker stopped manually. That one. Right, about there. I think that's about right. As long as I remember to try and... Maybe not. Just winging it. Yeah, if you get it, you get it. You don't, you don't. Has a mind of its own sometimes. The other time, as I was coming back up just there before, I was kissing the things and there wasn't too bad. I was... Yeah, oh, it's all good. Just hit and miss. Not gonna let it beat me down anyway. We'll continue on ploughing through it. Yeah, just imagine if you had to do all this sort of stuff by hand though. That'd be the thing that'd be a nightmare doing all by hand. So what I do is I sort of try and use a little mirror up on my left hand side to try and govern where I'm going with the tool, but not all the time it shows up in there, so I can't always tell whether I've actually got it or not. So when I'm actually going through the vineyard, when I'm actually in it, it shows up quite well. Hey, just gone and got us a proper trailer for selling pallets and stuff. This is fun. let's have a look at the AI worker. How is he going there? Still going. Oh, nice. New vehicle, then sold vehicle. And now we've got no money. Alright, wonder if I can go over to next section there. Try and see how I'll go with it. Right, so I've already done up to here from this side. Yeah, I've still got a ways to go before I can just carry on through. Try to get onto this side to match up both fields. Doing well. I've actually got a bit over halfway through this part of the field as well. Wonder if that's the guy ploughing the field. It's getting says he's getting stuck every now and then. Yeah, well, you and me both. AI worker, you and me both. Blocked by an object. Thinking he might be getting stuck on some of the trees when he's turning around, possibly. Oh, right, he's had someone else up there. D and D and I. I've been watching Welker's YouTube videos. They've been working on the newest addition to their farm. Re Working the new big bud that they brought. No, old, but new to them. But yeah, they're doing some upgrades to it that's going to be beneficial for their farm in the long run and leading into the future. And it looks good what they're doing to it, because the big buds don't normally come with a PTO setup and all that rigmarole. I've normally used case 4 tracks to pull their big grain bins and whatever that they things like that they've had on demo and all that good stuff. So they're trying to use what they've got and set it up for being able to do that with their own equipment. So I'm looking forward to see how this is going to turn out come their next season for doing their crop and all that sort of stuff. See how the big bud goes operating a grain bin. By the looks of what they got done so far, they got a long way to go before it's going to be fully operational yet. Now I'm enjoying the process of what it takes to get it set up. It's good to watch. Oh, someone found a collectible. Imagine trying to use two of these, one on the front and one on the back. I don't know how that'd go. Difficult as what it is trying to get this back one lined up. Getting the front one lined up and the back one lined up at the same time would be a bit of a challenge. Of course. Not as easy as just going straight through. Not as easy as you want it to be anyway. Should have been. There we go. Oh, I'm gonna go for a coffee break. Just get to the end of this line and then go for a coffee break. Alright. I'm back. Yeah, so I've downloaded the um, Roadcraft, and I've had a crack at that last night. I wanted to actually stream doing the demo and stuff last night when I was going to go live, but problem is it was taking way too long for the internet to do what it was doing, and took way too long for it to download before I went live. So I ended up just not going live at all, because if I went on to any other games, it was only going to slow the downloading process. So I just vegged out and watched other streamers just do their thing while it was doing that. So I apologise if you wanted to watch something yesterday or watch me do stuff yesterday. That's the reason why I wasn't live yesterday. Yeah, so just touching on that um, Roadcraft. Pretty good, but it's... I don't like the controls on where they've mapped them and the way they've mapped them and all that sort of stuff. Maybe because I'm used to SnowRunner and how those controls are. Controls have been set to something um, on different buttons, do different things and so on like that. When you've been used to using one button for one thing for the whole time, then yeah, it's a bit hard to do it a different way than what you're used to. So it's not like say, okay, yep, we're doing SnowRunner and it's just a new version of SnowRunner. It's a mixture between expeditions and SnowRunner. I've watched people do expeditions and I never ever give it a try. So I don't know what those controls set up were on that, but I don't know. I think I'll stick with SnowRunner for a little bit. Yeah, for some reason this one, it just wants me to. And getting right up close to the bloody vines. Trying to drive away from it, but it keeps pulling me closer. Right, now that's folded up. Drive that back home. Left a fair bit. We just made $14,000. I'll take this back to the store and repair the tractor. I'm not sure whether the plough needs repairing either. We'll have a look when we get to the store. Nice one. G'day, Taz. How's it going? I've got to try and work out which way I'm actually going. Because I'm easily lost. think I have an idea where I'm heading to. Guessing that's the sawmill in front of me. Yep, right. Now I know where I am. No worries. Not sure whether I went the long way around to the store. It was a good thing I came this way anyway, because I noticed that patch when I came past before and thought to myself, well, I'll have to fix that up if I'm ever over this way. So, good thing I did end up coming this way. Wanted to check over the farmers at the same time as I'm heading over this way. Looks like we've sold off that field to my left there. We don't need that anymore. Not sure what we're planting in next once we get through all this autumn period. Alright, let's get over here, get this repaired. Yeah, they both definitely need repairing, so 20,000 to repair it. Ooh. This one, that doesn't need much to repair it. There we go, at least that's nice and fixed up. Next time we go to use it, be all good. Be right for fuel wise. for the moment. Oh, just got through there before the train arrived. Nice. Wonder if we've got a mulcher to do that. Reckon they could do with some mulching up. To be honest, I don't think we do have a mulcher. You know, definitely don't have a mulcher, so that's alright. We'll get back to doing the grapes. We'll leave that over there. Yeah, we're slowly getting through them. At least it's more than just myself doing it. Two is better than one. Yeah, I try my best to keep at a nice distance away. Like I've said before doing this, for some reason it tries to pull me really close to the vines, or it gets stuck like I am stuck now, and then it'll just whip me around to them. What are the bloody hell? Why are my words not coming out of my mouth? I don't know whether it's just me that's getting stuck like this all the time, or whether other people get stuck like this was as well when they're doing grapes. I've probably said it before, or you probably heard me say it before already. My first time doing grapes on FS25, and on FS22 I do not remember getting stuck nowhere near like this. Yeah, you'd sort of get the odd little notch here and there going down the line, but you wouldn't just get stuck like you hit a brick wall and then can't move. It was nothing like this on FS22. It was a little bit smoother than what I'm experiencing at the moment. So that shouldn't get stuck. I'm literally lined up, but yet it's just been stupid. It's weird. It doesn't make any sense. It should be working. It's like there's nothing to go onto. It's like there's nothing for it to go onto. Not acknowledging that I'm lined up. Makes no sense. Go figure. Well, you shouldn't have to fight this hard just to get grapes done. No wonder not many people do grapes or vineyard work or olives or anything like that, because the hitboxes are so small and you're getting stuck way too many times. That, like, how is it I'm stuck this much? Oh my goodness. It won't even let me go straight. The minute I try and go straight, it just whips me back into there again. I don't have to do this. Look at that. And I'm hugging the vine. What? That doesn't make sense. Makes no sense at all. Right, that was a lot smoother manoeuvre. Well, see, the tool moves around as well too to try and keep it in line, but it doesn't seem to be doing me any favours. So that last one I just came from, it's almost like if you're on too much of an angle, you seem to get stuck. It needs to be relatively straight, no angles on the sticks or whatever. So instead of going across the hill, you're probably better off going up and down the hill. So you're probably better off going crossways that way than where we are at the moment. Maybe that's the reason why I'm having such a tough time of it. Yeah, the ground's not very even there, so when I'm trying to get off here, That's probably why I was having a really tough time getting into it in the first place, because the ground itself is uneven getting into it, and it's uneven getting out of it. I can't even get out of this little section. What a joke. Wonder if I can delete a section. There we go. That's the troublesome one done. Right, remove that one, and that one. Right, keep an eye on that, and yeah, anyone that's going to give me issues, I'll just remove it. Right, that one needs to be removed too then. Yep, right, move that one too then. Well, let's see if it's just that I'm going that way. See what happens if I go this way. See how we go with this. Alright, we're able to get this row done. Come back down the other side and see whether it is just this sort of a lean that I'm on at the moment. You're leaning downside. You seem to have more of an issue, or whether it doesn't make any difference what sort of a lean it is. Keep trugging along. To all the other grapevines that I did, I wasn't getting stuck nowhere near as much as this. Welcome back, Taz. How's it going? Yeah, loads of fun. Yeah, she doesn't seem to cooperate very well. You done any vineyard work yourself, Taz? Yeah, I'm guessing it all depends on where you place them down, depending on how easy they are to operate through. If you got a nice level sort of ground, it seems to be right, but if I'm on a lean, you get stuck straight away. You can see how the hill goes anytime that doing it that way. I don't think it's thinking we should have gone straight up that way. That's just my my thoughts on it. G'day, 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 how's it going, Locknuts? So welcome on in. Good to see you. Well, we'll tell you what happens when I try to start a worker. Just, you don't get any options to do field work. So sadly, no. Well, I got out of there alright, but it wouldn't let me get into it. That was weird. Righto, let's see how we go with this road. Wonder how Quinny's going. How is Quinny going? I think he's gave up. Or unless he's up on the top end there. Yep, he's making a start up there. Yeah, so look at that. We're in there. But it just doesn't want to do what it's supposed to. It's very... he's very fussy on... Yeah, that's right. Oh, damn. Nothing worse than getting up 20 minutes early. Yeah, so I don't know if it's the fact that we've just got the vineyards going across the hill instead of up the hill, like so. The way I would imagine you'd go straight up the hill like this, and you shouldn't get any issues because you're not going to get any of the poles. You know, poles should just be straight up and down anyway, because that's how they operate. But the tractor's on a lean, and this is trying to sit straight, then it's getting stuck on the sticks because it's trying to lean. Yeah, so I don't know if Quinny's having the same issues as me. He's managed to get all his stuff done, no worries at all, without any issues, so... I don't know whether it's just me, maybe I'm having issues. Yeah, I don't know. It might be just this field's on too much of a lean. Oh look, now I can get in there. Might have just been me glitched out or something like that. I really don't know. I'm just trying to make sense of why I'm struggling so much. As you can see, the tool is moving side to side to try and keep in line with the grape vines, so I shouldn't have to move at all. It should just, you know, as you can see, it's moving closer to it if I'm moving further away, so really I don't need to do anything, just drive straight. It's almost like I get stuck on something and then it just pulls me close to the vines. So whether it's just me glitching out or lagging out or what's going on, and then it's getting confused on what's going on. Who knows? There we go, it's actually working like it should be now. Yeah, that could be an issue too. Yeah, well, the last couple of days, both of us haven't been able to get into the server because it's just sat there loading shaders for ages. That was loaded into the game 100%, but then it was just sitting there saying loading shaders, so you had to restart the server and it was finally able to get on again. So getting some issues somewhere down the line. You're loving that fishing game then? Has any of you checked out the Roadcraft game or seen anything about it? Another version, well, the creators of SnowRunner and Expeditions. It's almost like the merged Expeditions with SnowRunner. I had a bit of a crack at it last night, and yeah, I don't like the way the controls are and how you operate things with the control mapping setup that they've done with all the controls. Yeah, so I end up buying it, pre-ordering it, before I even tested out the demo. Well, yeah, well, it's supposed to be, from what I've seen of it, it's more or less aimed towards multiplayer sort of scenarios. The more people you have on, the better chance you have of getting things done. Yeah, sure enough, that's more or less like SnowRunner's been like that. You seem to have more fun and get a lot more done if you got somebody on there helping you out than what you do if you're doing it on your own. You got more to do when you're doing it alone. Things will get a lot, you get done a lot sooner and easier if you got someone there to help you out. I thought about hooking up my PS5 controller and seeing if I can operate the crane and all that sort of stuff better. Because using the mouse, it wasn't very easy to handle because I didn't know what did what and didn't seem to be as easy to use with the mouse. I've noticed with certain things using a controller is a lot better if you're trying to use crane work or that sort of hydraulic systems. Using a controller seems a lot easier because you've got like joysticks that can operate the cranes and that better. You get a smoother ride and smoother operation with a joystick than what you do with the mouse. That's what I've found anyway. Get out of the tool and get back into it. Seems to be working for me. If we get stuck, just jump out of the tractor and get back in. And then it realigns itself properly. Shouldn't have to do that, but it's what I've starting to work out. Seems to be working. Oh, there you go. Something different. Come with me. I'll show you things that you don't normally do to how you farm. Come with me to farm in unusual ways. Yeah, I know. Thanks for that. But I think it's just this field is all that's left to do, really. Yeah. Good old Quinny's gone and done all the rest of that for us. Yeah. So in all that time of me struggling with that puny little one here, he was able to do all of that one, while I was just farting around with this one little one here. So that just goes to show that there's something wrong with me as a I don't know whether it's just my system is not the best. Maybe my processor's holding me up and caused me to have problems. I don't know. I am using an outdated processor that I've had since 2015, so probably not doing me any favours either. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, definitely a me problem. You know what? I wonder if it's just that unit. No, it doesn't matter what sort of tool I use, it still seems to be having the same sort of issue. I have no idea. I was turning away from the vine that whole time, and it just finally allowed me to pull away from it. Oh, look at that. We're going. Yeah, so what I do is I use the little mirror that you can see where the pruners are in line with the poles and whatever. So I'll try and keep in line with that. But sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. But again, with the thing moving left and right like it does, not very helpful as a guide, is it? As long as I try and stay straight. The tool behind me should do all the work. There we go, we're getting there. Slowly getting it done. Minute stream before I went live and mentioned how I was going to be doing some grape work, and he goes, "I don't envy you at all." Obviously, he's had a bit of a bash at doing grape works. Oh, I could always come back to that later. Wow. That was tilting me in a weird angle. Right. Go away from that for a bit. Find something else for us to do. Cultivating. Alright. That's over on field 8. So we'll accept the contract. We'll, I think this is a cultivator. I think so. Right. Now, right, field 8. I think that's over near the store. Ah, there we are. We'll turn just before the train there. Or the train tracks. That'll do. Sorry, car. I was too focused on where I wanted to go. Right. Will this let me use this tool? Sweet, that's working. Right, so I'm going to get myself a bit of a guidance steering. Sweet. I might have to shut my window. The temperature has dropped off quite a bit. Starting to get a nice cool breeze coming in the room. Before I had no breeze at all when I got home from work. Oh, me coffee. Ah well, doesn't matter, it's gone cold. Yeah, it's good to have a bit of a break for doing those vineyards. Oh yeah. I reckon this could do with weight on the front end. Bit light on the front end there. Make it work though. Me. Yeah, I could have hired a worker to do this, but wanted to do something different, so why not? Yeah, that's I think that's the only one thing that they did get right. Yeah, toggled with it a lot of good ideas and things like that, but it's kind of a bit of a hit and miss. The AI workers still do struggle. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, true. That is a stupid setup. I don't like the way that's set up. You sort of got to try and place the field first. Then when you go to do that, it gives you the option to pick the way you want it to go. Then once you've done that, you don't have any more options to change it. You should have another option to edit it further if you wanted to later down the track. Yeah, I guess that's what they're aiming for. Must have had that VR stuff in the background while I was working on this as well. So, too many projects, not enough on the one game. Nah, me neither. Because not many people would have the VR headsets or anything like that. I definitely don't have any VR setup. And I'm not really looking into getting one either. Yeah, sure enough, if I was wanting to look into more of a realism side of a thing, but even then, that's from what I've seen of VR stuff. I don't like how it's set up. As far as I know, you don't have the option to be able to actual hold your own steering wheel or anything like that. It'll be in the VR system, so I don't reckon I'd like doing that. You'd have to pretend to be driving with a steering wheel using the paddles that they come with. We'll come inside the cab here. If anytime I turn the wheel, you can see it doing what I do, really. But like in the VR system, you couldn't have that same sort of a, realism. I think you're too far off the line. That not too bad. Yeah, sure enough, I'm pretending to drive now, but I still have a physical steering wheel that I can use. I don't know how Euro Truck goes with the VR setup. I've seen Loopy Loza use VR for Euro trucking, and yep, no worries, Locknuts. Hope you have a good day at work. Good to see you, and thanks for dropping by and hanging out. Yeah, it looked like Loopy had to focus a lot more on what she was doing in the game than what she does normally without having VR set up. So if Euro Truck Simulator was able to implement VR into the base game and you're able to use that in sync with it, use the VR sort of like your eye tracker, so you turn your head and it'll look wherever you look, and then you're still able to use the steering wheel and all that sort of stuff like normal. But why couldn't they implement that same sort of setup with the eye tracking for the VR headset? Still be able to play the game as normal, so you wouldn't have needed to create a whole new game just specifically for VR. You know what I mean? Because they use an eye tracker setup for farm sims. So I don't understand why they couldn't have just adapted the VR for that same sort of emotion, because you're just using that for your head movements. That's more or less what you're using VR for. I've liked the fact that they've gave you an option too to turn on I don't think I have access to that. You can see how I'm driving the tractor there, and you get the bumps every time you go over the bump. The camera, I can't remember what they called it in the settings area, but like whenever you go over the bump and the camera bounces up and down with the bumps. So they've added that in, so it gives you that little bit more of a realism to the game. That and having the VR set up hand in hand, it'd make it even feel more realism again. So bring the immersion, bring you right out of the reality into the game more. Because rather than looking at TV screens, to have like just a headset on and see whatever you're doing wherever you look, you'd feel like you're in the farm sim world, rather than you can see what's behind you and what's left here and to the right of you and stuff like that, because you can see, you know, past your monitors or whatever you. But yeah, having the headset on, it just, you get lost in the world sort of thing. That's how I feel. You get lost in the moment. You get lost in the game as it is. So even without the VR. What I've seen for the VR game that they're creating, to me it feels like it's more aimed at children rather than being aimed more at adults, if you know what I mean. Oh, hello. Sorry, car. My fault. Oh, our worker has stopped unexpectedly. Um, oh yeah, he must be over there doing some things on that field there. Contract ploughing field 86. Nice. If we have a look at our debt, we're in debt. A lot of money. Finances. We're 3 million in the red. We've got to earn some major cash to get ourselves out of the red. So we've got a lot of work ahead of us to get ourselves out of that. I managed to get us out of debt, but then I came in after I got ourselves in out of debt, and here we are with all these grapes and all that set up for doing the grapes. so, so I go through the hard work of getting us out of debt, and good old Quinny gets us back into debt again. Oh, it's his service, so I'll just play on it. I don't know if I told anybody. I had issues with me lawnmower. Oh, waster! Me throttle plastics and that getting so old. The lawnmower's so old that the wire broke out from the throttle. So I went and bought myself a new throttle thing to get that fixed, but the governing spring somehow got stretched out of its hole that was in. So it meant that I couldn't get the lawnmower to start, and once I've worked out it was the governing spring, I got it going again. But that was fun. I like fiddling around with things and fixing them myself, so it was a good achievement to work out that I was able to fix it. But before that, I just couldn't get it to work. And then, not only that, when the throttle broke, I ended up breaking the pull string as well at the same time. So two things, one after the other. Yeah. Plus, with the lawnmower, I didn't want to go and get a mechanic to work on it and fix it because my old man said he serviced one of his lawnmowers and cost him over $100 just to get a service done on it. It's like, well, I'm going to fix this myself, save me some money. That just made me feel even happier being able to fix it myself. Even though I have no idea about the mechanical side of things, I soon worked out what I needed to do to fix it. When I put the throttle on, I ended up putting the throttle on back to front. So now full throttle is, you know, down instead of on, so to speak. So, well. So here I was trying to start it after I fixed it, and I couldn't get it to start. So, and then I realised that I'd put the throttle in upside down. She'll be right. I'll leave it the way it is because I know now that it's back to front. So I'll just remember this the opposite way around of using it. I could pull the throttle bit apart again and just turn it around the right way, but she'll be right. If I get fed up with it, I'll go and turn it around. The old man lent me his two-stroke lawnmower, and I was like, nah, I'm not using that. Because the cutting deck's a lot smaller than what my lawnmower is. So I had to work twice as hard over the lawn to get the same job done as what I do on my lawnmower. I was like, you can have your two-stroke back. I prefer the four-stroke that I've got. Mine will start one pull. So I knew there was something wrong when it wasn't starting, because it only takes one pull and she's away. But then the old man's got himself $1,000 or over $1,000 self-propelled mower. When even the lawnmower I've got at the moment, I actually got that off my old man as well. He got that off somebody else, and he managed to get it fixed. I don't know what was wrong with it. Somebody else didn't want it. It was supposed to be for the church, and he does work for the church, mowing their lawns and stuff like that. But then they ended up getting themselves a ride on, so they didn't need it anymore. So he had it at his house, not having any need for it because he's got his self-propelled one. And I was in need of a lawnmower, so he gave it to me for nothing. It only had two blades on it when I got off him, and I went and bought an extra, because it had two holes to add two extra blades if you wanted them. So I went and did that, and now I've got 4 blades on the mower. And so it does a lot better job of cutting the lawn rather than just having 2 blades on it. It's nearly set up for like a mulching with 4 blades on it. I don't know what happened to the lawnmower that I had before I got that off the old man. You know what? I'm pretty sure Quinny forgot to start that worker off. Let's have a look at that actually. Yeah, he didn't start him off. So what I'm gonna do is finish off this field. Once I've done that, I'll see who I can find to raid out to. Sir Edward, how's it going? Welcome on in. Good to see you. Yep. I'm just getting this field completed and then we're gonna raid out. Alright. Completed. Yeah, there's not much else there to go on to anyway, so we'll send this guy back to the farm. Hopefully he can get there. Hopefully he can find his way there anyway. Good, 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 good. Alright. Let's get this underway then and see who is available to raid out to. We've got a few people we can raid out to. Righto. So we have Sir Edward over there doing some farming over on thanks for that, Tess. Um, South American wastelands. No idea what Azriel's on. All I know is I was on FS25. Hatix Gaming's just gone live on Roadcraft, so I reckon we'll go and have a look at that and see what he's got going on over there. Alright, so yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks Taz for hanging out and all the rest of that. I hope to catch you next time. Till next time. Thanks guys.